Hey everybody, Brandon here, also known as Cactus Juice in the Steam community, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to get a Google Maps API key so you can use the Google Maps overlay in the route editor for Train Simulator 2015. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a Google account. Go to google.com, go to create an account. I have this brand new account that I have set up ready to create. Just entered a random name, none your business, random crap here, random birthday, name, all that stuff. Oh, I entered the verification code wrong. There we go. So, create your account. No thanks, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. So once you're at this point, go back to google.com and type in Google Developer Console. Click on the first one that pops up, the Google Developers Console. And the first thing you're going to want to do is hit that blue button, Create Project. Now, name it something memorable, whatever your project is going to be. For instance, the project I'm working on is the New Haven to Boston route, so I'll type in something like that. New Haven, Boston. Okay? Hit You Agree, and hit Create. Now, down here in the bottom right, it's creating the project, so give it a minute. You got that little progress circle. There we go. Now the project is created. Now we need to add the Static Maps API to this project. So in the left-hand side, click APIs and Authorizations. Click APIs. And then in the search field, search for Static Maps. And what should pop up is the Static Maps API. Click that link, and then click Enable API. Now it's going to take a moment to enable the API. Now it's enabled. Directly below APIs, in the APIs and Authorizations section, click on Credentials. Public API Access section, click Create New Key, Server Key. Leave this section blank, unless you want to restrict it to a certain subset of private IP addresses, whether it be IPv4 or IPv6. Since I don't care which IP addresses use this API key, I'll just hit continue. Actually, since you guys are seeing the video, I don't want you guys to use this key. So let me just find my IP address. 10.10.10.17, actually no, wait a minute. 192.168.0.2, okay. These are private IPs, not public. Okay. There's your key. You can copy this key, and now you can go into game. Let me open up Steam really quick, and then open up the game. Alright, now once the game loads on the top right, once that Steam thing goes away, click Settings, Tools, Google Maps, and then paste your key in there. Alright, now once your key is pasted in there, set the map resolution to the highest, which is 1280 by 1280. Change the map type to whatever you're looking for. In my case, since I wanted to do real-world decoration and stuff, I chose satellite. Set the zoom level almost all the way up, but not quite. Picture if you divided this slider circle in half, have that halfway point line up pretty much with the lines on these drop-down boxes, if you can picture that. Almost all the way up, but not quite. Because if you put it too high, then most of the map tiles won't load. And keep the tiles displayed to 3x3 unless you really don't care about a performance hit, then you can go higher. Alright, so now you have your API key entered and all of your settings. Now go into the editor and go into whatever project you're editing. Wait for it to load. Now get to where you want to decorate or lay track or whatever on a real world route, and press Control and G at the same time. And when you do that, these blue circles will appear. That blue circle means that it's loading a tile from Google. And those tiles are map tiles. And once they're loaded, they'll display as an overlay on the terrain. So now on the right-hand side, you'll have this flyout where you can control certain elements of the overlay. The top one is the transparency. The lowest is 0% transparency, all the way up to 100% transparency. Okay? The second one is the height. Now, if you have a lot of varying terrain heights, that might be too low for you. You can go pretty high with the overlay, okay? So that's how you use the overlay, and then Control G again to close it if you wish. If you guys have any questions or run into any issues when setting up your API key in your Google account with the developer's console, just post in the comments. I will warn you that if you already created an API key with a Google account before, creating a second one, that second or third or fourth, how many ever API keys you make in the future, will not work. Only the first one will. So one API key per account. Other future ones created will not work. Okay? Just to forewarn you. Again, any questions, put them in the comments. This is going to be the first part of a whole section of my tutorials on how to properly decorate your route. I expect that the next video will be how to use Google Street View with Google Earth, on how to decorate a real-world route using Street View, and some other resources. So yeah, once you get this set up, you can move on to more advanced decoration steps. Thanks guys, and there's more to come.